Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to discuss about another psychiatric condition, especially a childhood mental health condition, that is mental retardation or intellectual disability. Both are same only. Previously it was known as mental retardation and now the name has changed into intellectual disability. So we are going to see what is mental retardation or what is intellectual disability. So mental retardation or intellectual disability, that is the present name for mental retardation. So intellectual disability is characterized by below average level of mental ability, which leads to inability to perform daily day-to-day living activities. Below average level of intellectual capacity and which leads to inability to perform daily day-to-day activities. But people with adjustable intellectual disabilities can learn new skills but very slowly. So it doesn't mean that intellectual disability people or mentally retarded children cannot do anything. They can learn things but very slowly comparing to a child with normal intelligent capacity or IQ level or intelligent quotient level. The term mental retardation is not using now. That's what I've told you in the first slide itself. The term mental retardation is not using now as it has offensive and negative tone. MR, mentally retarded person. There is an offensive and negative tone for this. So the name has changed to intellectual disability. So again telling intellectual disability or mental retardation means below average level of brain capacity or intelligent capacity. According to APA means American Psychiatric Association. What is mental retardation means or intellectual disability means? It refers to substantial limitations in present functioning. Present functioning means the daily day-to-day activity. It starts before the age of 18 months and it is characterized by significantly sub-average intellectual functioning existing concurrently with related limitations into or more of the following applicable adaptive skills areas like communication, living, social skills, health and safety, academics, leisure and work. In any of this area, the person or the child is behaving in a below average level or in a sub-average intellectual functioning level means that is known as mental retardation. Or simply I'll tell you what is mental retardation means: the person with below average level of intellectual capacity. That is the simple meaning of mental retardation or intellectual disability. So what is this IQ, intelligent quotient? I've told you many times right now. The person have below average level of intellectual capacity or intelligent quotient. So what is intelligent quotient? Intelligent quotient means it is a test. Okay, it is a test to assess the human intelligence. In a particular age, the particular person should supposed to behave in a way. At the age of 1, at the age of 2, at the age of 3, at the age of 18 months, at the age of 6 months, there are some milestone. Okay, so how we will identify this milestone? With the help of this intelligent quotient test only, we will identify this development. So intelligent quotient, how we will calculate means, we will calculate with the help of a formula, and the formula is IQ is equal to mental age by chronological age. What does mental age means? The person's capacity to think, capacity to learn the adaptive living skills regarding their living activities, how to function, how to perform, how to behave, how to react, how to act, all those things. And how we will calculate or how we will find out this mental age means with the help of some specifically mentioned, specifically recognized standardized intelligence test. Okay, so what is this intelligence test, and we will discuss in another video. So Mendel age will calculate with the help of some standardized test. This intelligent quotient test will give to the child and will calculate the Mendel age. And this Mendel age divided by chronological age, that means the actual age, 2 years, 18 months, 6 months, 10 years, that is a chronological age. And if you do these things, we will get the intelligent quotient of the person. And this intelligent quotient will decide whether the patient or whether the child or whether the particular person is having normal intelligent quotient or not. Okay, and the result is between 130 to 70. Okay, it has to be between 130 and 70. It below 70 means the particular child is having some intellectual disability. Okay, so based on that, this mental retardation or intellectual disability is classified into different groups. First one is mild mental retardation. In mild mental retardation, their IQ level be between 50 to 70. I told you above 70 is considering as the normal IQ. In mild mental retardation, their IQ level will be between 50 to 70. Second type is moderate mental retardation. In moderate mental retardation, the IQ level will be between 50 to 35. In severe mental retardation, the IQ is from 35 to 20, and in profound mental retardation, that is the another level or another classification, the IQ between below 20. And the last one is MR or mental retardation with severity unspecified. No particular IQ level. So this is the classification of mental retardation, and in future slides we will see what is mild, moderate, severe, profound. Okay. So first thing is mild mental retardation or mild intellectual disability. In mild intellectual disability, the child or the particular person will take longer time to talk, but communicating well once they know how to communicate. They take some time to talk, but they will communicate well once they know how to communicate. But it doesn't mean that all the children is not talking on time, on age, is having intellectual disability. It will decide based on IQ tests. So based on IQ test, the child's IQ level is between 50 to 70, means the particular child is having intellectual disability, mild intellectual disability or mild MR. Okay, the mild MR child will take some longer time to talk, but they will communicate once they know how to communicate. We need to give some training. And being fully independent in self-care activities when they get older. It takes some time, but when they get older, they will show full independence in their self-care activities. They will show problems with reading and writing, but they will manage. They will show increased difficulty with responsibilities like family. They cannot maintain a family. Sometimes a person with normal IQ also cannot maintain a family in an emotional way, in the while thinking about the relationship and all. But in the practical way, they will maintain, they will manage with the sense. But my child or the person with the MR will show some difficulty while taking the responsibilities towards a family. Second thing is moderate MR or moderate intellectual disability. Here, slow in understanding and learning language. There, the IQ level will be little slow and little low comparing to the mild MR. It is below 50. So, they will show slow in understanding and learning language. They will show difficulty in communication. They cannot communicate. So again, I'm telling, don't get confused that the person or the child is not communicating properly, is always having moderate MR. No, there are a lot of speech disorder problem, language disorder problem. That type of people also will show this difficulty with communication, or the person or the child with stress or other environmental factors undergoing some difficulties with the family, emotional problem. They will also show difficulties in communication. So all the people, all the children, those are showing difficulty or delay in learning language and communication is having mental retardation or intellectual disability like that. Don't think. It is always based on the intelligent quotient test. So the child with less or moderate MR or intellectual disability will show a difficulty in communication. And another thing, they will learn the basic thing but can learn basic reading, writing and counting skill but very slowly. They will read, they will write, they will count, but it takes some time, and they are unable to live alone. That is a specific point which we need to understand. They are unable to live alone and can be a part of social activities. They can be a part of social activity, but they cannot mingle, they cannot interact, they cannot be a part of social activity like a normal person with normal IQ level. Next thing is severe mental retardation or severe intellectual disability. Here, noticeable motor impairment like movement, activities, taking something, reacting something, like moving, like noticeable motor impairment. While showing or while seeing their activities, we can easily understand that, we can easily notice that they have some intellectual disabilities. Then abnormal development and damage of central nervous system. Their faces will give you some signs that they have some intellectual disabilities problems. Then need assistance to do their daily activities. They cannot perform because I told you noticeable motor development problems, okay, like impairment we can see. So they need some help in their daily day-to-day activities. The next thing is profound mental retardation or profound intellectual disability. Here, inability to understand request or instructions. They cannot understand anything, they cannot request, they cannot understand our request, they cannot request, they cannot follow the instructions. Immobility, they cannot move like a normal child, normal person. Incontinence, physical, psychological problems, everything they will show. Very basic non-verbal communication, very basic non-verbal like shaking, moving, raising hands, nothing. Inability to do personal care independently, that is other thing. Noticeable changes we can see in a child or the person with profound mental retardation and need of help and supervision all the time. They cannot do anything themselves, okay, so they need always support from others. So the last one is other unspecified intellectual disability. Here we cannot see what is the IQ level of the child or the person. If we implement the test or if we give the test also, they cannot perform. Okay, unspecified intellectual disability. Here complete physical impairment and complete mental impairment we can see. So these are all the classifications of mental retardation. So mild, moderate, severe, profound and unspecified. So this classification is taking place on based on what? Means based on IQ level, based on your intelligent quotient level. Okay, intelligent quotient level, IQ level 50 to 70. Okay, below 70, 70 to 35, below 35, 35 to 20, below 25. So like that the classifications will be there. And IQ means intelligent quotient, and how we will calculate the intelligent quotient means, that means the human intelligence, how we will calculate means mental age by chronological age. Okay, mental age means, mental age how we will calculate means we will use some standardized test. Okay, that we'll discuss in another video, what are all the standardized tests we will use, and we'll give this test to the particular child or the person, and they, based on their answer, we will calculate the mental age. And mental age by this chronological means the actual age, like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 18 months, 6 months, 2 months. Okay, so based on that we will calculate the IQ level. So this is the classification of mental retardation or intellectual disability. Nowadays we are calling it as intellectual disability. Next thing is causes. While coming to the causes, the exact etiology of this condition is unknown. We don't know what is the exact cause. But there are a lot of risk factors like genetic factors. Genetic factors is playing a major role while coming to the risk factors of this mental retardation. Then birth injuries, that is another thing, noticeable, visible risk factors. While the time of the birth, using some forceps to take the baby out, well, that time there are chance of injuries to their brain and their nerves. Okay, kind of birth injuries, any injuries, we cannot specify or we cannot specifically say this is the injury and this injury leads to mental retardation. Any injuries which is happening during the time of birth may leads to, okay, may leads to, may or may not. Then premature delivery, like before the maturity the baby is delivering, means there are chances, only chances guys, okay. Then inherited disorders like Down syndrome, like chromosomal abnormality is there in the child, means there are chances. So that before itself we are doing 3rd month scan, 6 month scan, 9 month scan. In each scan the what the diagnosis while the time of diagnosis, specifically the doctor and the therapist and the persons who is taking care of all these things will check the particular child is having Down syndrome, whether knuckle core rigidity, whether the child's development is taking place in the proper way, okay, to understand whether the child is having Down syndrome and all. Then severe malnutrition, how it leads to or how it related to mental retardation means, if severe malnutrition means the proper development of the child will not take place, especially the brain development will not take place, the proper oxygen will not go to all part of the body, no proper brain development, IQ problems will develop and automatically leads to mental retardation. But again there are chances only, may or may not. Then early childhood illness, any kind of inflammation to their brain may leads to mental retardation. Then brain injury, after birth also chance of brain injuries, and brain injury can leads to MR. So these are all the risk factors. But again I'm telling you that the exact etiology of this condition is unknown. We don't know what is exact cause, but these are all the factors we are seeing, we are noticing in a child or the person while checking their history, okay. Then while coming to the diagnosis, first and foremost thing is what? Observation of the child. While observing, we can easily understand whether the child is having the problem. Then test. Standardized intellectual test, that means IQ test, okay. The mental age assessing test will be there. The test will implement by experienced psychiatrist or the pediatrician or the person or the experienced health professional, and from that they will find out the IQ level of the child. Then mental status examination to understand the head to foot activities or in development and other development in their posture, gestures, activities, speech, their memory, their judgment capacity, to understand all those things, mental status examination. And apart from that, physical examination, neurological examination, history collection, all these things are playing a major role in the diagnosis of mental retardation. Then while coming to the management, psychological support, there is no proper treatment for mental retardation, guys. We cannot say this is the proper treatment, this medication we can give to the child. If the child is coming with fever, the child is coming with a particular condition, or even the particular person is coming with depression, after diagnosis we have some medication like antidepressant. Coming with some general health problem, we have NSAIDs, we have antifungal, we have antibacterial. But for mental retardation and all, there is no medication. We can't say medical management, like that a topic we cannot discuss. So one and only treatment is there, that is psychological support. Psychological support to whom means psychological support to the person who is taking care of the particular child. Then family counseling and education to the family to learn about MR, that is important. What is MR, what is mild intellectual disability, what is moderate, how we will deal with the thing, how we can overcome, how we can train the child, okay. All those things we can understand, and we can give education through family counseling and family therapies. Then special education program for the children, special education need children, we can add the children in that group and we can give education some more importance, and we need to spend some more time comparing to other child while giving education and all. So special education program. Then increase social interaction of the child, that is another. We need to interact. While we start to interact, automatically some the chemistry will work out and the child will start to reciprocate back, react back, especially in the case of mild, moderate MR and all, or mild, more and moderate intellectual disability. Then occupational therapy to make them to stand, make them to understand, make them to do their own things, make them to do their personal hygienic things, how to do the things in an independent way, to make them to understand all those things, occupational therapy. And always, as usual, therapies are playing a major role in the treatment of almost all psychiatric condition. So this is about the management. Again telling, there is no specific management, it depends upon the condition, it depends upon the situation, retardation, it depends upon the area, depend upon the classification, it depends upon the type of MR. Okay, or it depends upon the type of intellectual disability. And once again, I just want to tell that nowadays or now MR is known as intellectual disability. Okay, so don't get confused. The question is coming like, what is intellectual disability? Means that is nothing but MR only, mental retardation, mild, moderate, severe, profound, like that you can classify and write. So this is about mental retardation or intellectual disability. Again telling what is MR means, a below average level of intellectual capacity or IQ level is known as mental retardation. So this is about MR. Hope you all understand. Thank you.